Marcos Cruz is back with Eureka. The man who bought us such terrible tricks as Toxic Smiley is back with another absolute stinker. Now, first of all, let me tell you something. If you are an English-speaking magician and you are planning on buying this, please be aware that the tutorial is in Spanish with no subtitles. That's right. So, your chance of fully understanding what Marcus talks about in the 20-minute tutorial is slim to none. However, based on Marcus's previous tricks, he's probably talking crap anyway. At least, having a tutorial in Spanish is a step up from the last trick he brought out, where all he supplied were basically IKEA instructions for a close-up trick. Now, what we have here is a colouring book that's been turned into a flickbook style routine, which sounds good in principle, but to be honest, it's way more clever than it needs to be. The problem with it is, it's not as visual or entertaining when you're performing for children compared to the classic colouring book. In fact, it's kind of easy to lose track of what's going on. As for the little Avengers cards here, well, I can't even tell you how they're used because, again, I couldn't understand the instructions. But the worst part, the very worst part of this entire product is when Marcus decides to treat us to his ventriloquism. Because you see, at the back of the book, it has built into it a little puppet on the book that you can use at the end of the routine to do a ventriloquism act. The problem is the book is made out of very thin cardboard, and you have to reach inside the cover in order to operate the mechanism. It's very, very stiff, and to be honest, wouldn't work very well at all. The whole product is actually shoddily built. The whole thing will fall apart within 0.2 seconds, or maybe even longer if you let a 9-year-old loose on it with a pair of scissors. The bottom line is, this is another terrible product from Marcos Cruz, and why he doesn't include a live performance, I don't know. He'd rather spend time laying the props out on a piece of grass in his back garden and just letting the camera roll over it like it's some sort of arty little video than he would actually showing a live performance to real people. Considering this guy brings out so many kids' props, maybe it would be better if he spends less time fannying around in his back garden and more time actually filming the stuff in front of a real live audience. Then maybe we'll actually see it work in the real world, instead of him standing in a field, performing it to camera and explaining the whole thing in Spanish when, let's be honest, it's been marketed through Murphy's. 90% of his audience base are probably English speaking. Another terrible Marcos Cruz product. Please don't buy it. Do something better with your time, like, I don't know, basically anything.